Hello, and good morning. So, first of all, I just want to say off the bat, yeah, sorry for last time. It was a bit of an unmitigated crap show there. So, here's the thing. Here's what I should have done. Because I had that whole frontline thing going on there. Really, what I should have done is gone back and gotten them all wards. So I've gone and pretty much put wards on anyone that had the points on them. So, like Voltaire here, both Voltaire and L have this slow ward now, so that shouldn't be a problem anymore. Have a few people with poison ward. Again, since the rework, now basically they just offer an immunity and also allow you to instantly cure somebody else of the same thing. So, just in general, they're a lot more useful. So I've gotten a few stuns out there, I've gotten a few slows out there. I think I only put one poison. I wasn't able to afford stone for anyone, but I'm planning to get that down the line before doing Palace of the Dead. Actually, there's already more than enough points on the file that I'll actually be using for that. Yeah, so for all of the extra, like, super long dungeons, like I mentioned before, I've been using this other file. It's been there for a couple of years now, so, it's the same one from the no skill run, basically. But alright, so, gonna be moving on to the next part here. Everyone's a little bit better equipped. No, not Hell Mountain Part 2. Yeah, I have to say, even under the circumstances, I am super surprised how well it all held together. Really, the thing was, once I went for that second part of the map, what I figured would happen is that Ginalto would end up healing them fast enough that they could hold off long enough to end up, killing off a couple dragons, hopefully get their mobility back and start slowly carving their way through, but instead they got a few unlucky hits, and well, then General just got more and more beat down to the point where they actually had to retreat. But it's alright, it happens. It always happens, and, this is obviously a very general-purpose party here. Also, I should probably mention, I've switched Vice over to doing the whole double sword thing. As to why I'm using a rapier and a boulder instead of two of them, well, he's going to be pretty close to another sword upgrade after this. So, figured what the hell. I'll just keep him as he is. He does more than enough damage to do his job right now, which is basically going to be squishy annihilation. Is that maybe a little bit of a thing that's going to come back to bite me? Yeah, probably. Probably. We'll see. Everyone else, I believe there were a few small upgrades. Like, I think he just got the heavy crossbow. He might have had that before. But, yeah. For the most part, everyone's got what they need. Now, this is going to be the fight with Hoberim. We'll see if we're able to actually save him. So there's going to be a good mix of units. Let's see. Left side has an archer, fencer, and mage, if I recall correctly. So, yeah, let's leave you here. Let's have you on that side. Actually, no, your spot's fine. Actually, these guys will be pretty alright. Probably just put Gildas on it. So I'm going to have these three go and take on the left, this guy there for support if needed, and then these guys are going to go and just charge ahead. L's going to go take on the, the octopi and whatnot in the water there. Actually, can I have a few more units? So in that case, Yunan, you can do your job this time. I'll actually bring you on the thing that you're really good for. And then probably Yassian just to have that second healer going on. I want to do... Yeah, these guys should hold up pretty well. Their levels aren't disparate enough to the point where they actually need a rebalance at this point. But when I say rebalance, I mean... Yes, no going outdoors after dark. Actually, I've been wondering lately if I should actually be skipping these cutscenes. Like, they're really freaking awesome. Like I mentioned earlier, I've been doing neutral lately. And man, it was completely lost on me how freaking awesome it was. Like, okay, fine, I'm gonna go now. And this this part always confused me. Like, she is their commander, by all rights. Like, she should just be able to tell them, hey, don't kill him, and they won't kill him. But... I like this music. Yeah, he tries to run away, but still. Like, his logic does make sense. I mean, he's not fully under her command. It's just kind of like a second tier sort of thing. But still, like, he's gonna be screwed if he ends up killing Hoberim. She could probably do a little more insisting here to keep him alive, but oh well. That's why she's a little bit of a pain to hire, but you know what, I suppose it's a difficult situation. And Hoberim, as always, doing that awesome idea where he goes and, you know, charges. I really hope at some point in the process of modding this whole thing that some sort of thing ends up showing up that's like an on-off switch for that. Like, if you have a choice to live or die, maybe don't go and do your little kamikaze charge there. Turns out no one benefits from that. Now, it should be able to show off Slow Ward here. I believe this fight usually has somebody that has at least Dust Storm. Like, as much as I complain about the whole Earth Tree, the entirety of it is pretty much negatable now. Alright, actually I should probably go check. Alright, so this guy's not a terribly huge thing. Let's see, it reveals multiple traps. This will actually be useful now. Also, no it doesn't. Description, you lie. Alright, so she has her usual stuff. Severin has nothing. Thank you for not allowing knights to heal anymore. That was such crap in the original. It was super annoying, especially on any challenge run. Like, oh, and then that unkillable unit healed everybody. Alright. I think... Alright, I didn't actually end up rolling a Earth Mage this time. Perfect. So this should be a pretty easy fight. Yes, yes. And by the way, I've tried turning trajectory off. It's something to do with, like, any weapon that actually activates trajectory ends up doing that sort of thing. So, it is what it is. Can't really do anything about it. No, ow. Might have been a little too soon to switch Vice over to double sword instead of sword and board. Also, I could have sworn there were octopi in this fight. Like, right here, Oh well. Oh well. I suppose there's no octopi. Actually, you know, in general, it's a little funny. So that neutral route, like I said, I've been loving it far more than I should have. And I think it's mostly just because of, you know, it does a little bit of a better job fleshing out some of the characters. Like, especially, it feels like at times they could have gone more into why the, you know, whole Galgastani thing was so messed up. Like, they go into it in terms of, hey, you know, they're doing a bunch of messed up crap and all that, but they don't really get into the whole why. Going through the neutral route seems to kind of show a lot more of the whole, hey, where are all these zombies and crap coming from? Like, Nibith actually becomes a thing. One thing I just love that he ends up being a callback, and Palace of the Dead actually makes sense. Right. What do I want to do with you here? You can't do his dances yet. You know what? Actually, because of your general weakness to it and the fact that they don't have a healer on this side anymore, yeah, you go and help with the left. I'm gonna have the knights hold off the right. Usually Ozma ends up getting stuck right by this house here. So she ends up getting stuck right around here. So can probably just have Johann go do his usual tank thing, maybe drop around some ramparts to prevent them from circling around from this side. hopefully Hobram can just kind of hold it together, and then usually they have the casters hang out back here and do all of their crap. And you know what? You're about to have a bad time if they end up rolling an Earth guy, because you're about to have a lot of petrified and slowed units. Not anymore, though. Slow should not be as much of a problem. Damage. He does like 50 to 60 around this point in the original. Alright. Now you should be just out of range for a nuke. Alright, in that case, we're gonna go ahead and throw a, probably 3 right here, and have you electrify, Johann. That way he'll be able to throw on his ramparts, and we'll have a good time with that. And I think I might just permanently have 2 healers going on. Don't have to... Well, okay. With the debuffs, with more wards around, that should be a lot less of a workload for the cleric. Or the monk. Well, geez, I don't know. Maybe he got severely messed up and he's like a crazy samurai hobo now, so... You know, give him a sec. He'll snap, I'm sure he'll snap out of it. Now, as much as I want to put him there... Yeah, I don't think they have anybody else that will be able to come plug the gap in, so I'll... let this guy go here. I think I might just have everyone go around the side. Alright, Woden. Your slow butt's gonna be backup strategies, I think. You're rock dude to this guy, not very much. Yeah, the rock scaling is pretty amazing at this point. Like, to the point of doing 80s at some point, it's wonderful. When I was doing grinding for this other party there. Like, just even half-level units were doing crazy damage with rocks. Now, rampart-wise, I think we're gonna do something like this. It should stop the water. I don't think they have anyone with wow, I'm gonna say with a bunch of times there. Anyone with Wade anyway. But still. I think with how it's going right now, and because they don't have any healers, Hobram should be able to hold up on his own a little better. Kind of sucks that they have kill moves already. Yeah, that archer must have tactician or something. Fuck, please. Hobram. Come on now. And I know you're getting crits, but what's going on with all that? Yeah, do you have tactician? No. How are you getting points so fast? Was it really just from that? Actually, one more thing I want to check here. What's your fortune for the day? I have to wonder. Moderation is your greatest ally. So, I don't know the exact thing of how all this goes. But this sounds a lot like, hey, you have good crits, but maybe you're going to end up taking a lot of hits, too. I'm not 100%, but that's certainly what it feels like right now. Pew! There we go. Let's kill that guy. Now, yeah, thankfully their healer is still well out of range for now. Oh, right. Probably that hit on Vice that did all the damage. It's at this point that I realized I put on the wrong things. Wham! There we go, should have had that boulder in the front. And actually, the funny part is, it's not actually entirely unintentional. The thing is, whenever there's a double tack, I always like to put the lower damage one first. Which is kind of a thing where I always end up overestimating how much it's actually going to do whenever I have, you know, 2 separate ones. So I always either like to do them either the same, or have the higher damage one second, so that it's kind of a pleasant surprise. Is that a bit of a massive fallacy in terms of, hey, you know, that's gonna just end up biting you in the neck? Yeah, you know what? It absolutely is, and it's kind of a stupid thing, but it's just kind of a personal quirk that I prefer to do. It happens. It happens. So let's put you here. Anyone need healing? Vice does. Vice is looking pretty rough right now. Man, this fight is kind of nonsense in base game, that's for sure. Not so much in terms of just general formations and stuff, it's just you end up getting bogged down a lot because you can't get the knights killed fast enough. And I'm not really sure if that was actually inspired by mods or not. Because I believe it was Chronicle Valeria, and then I believe another one that was pretty popular that I've tried before for the original. And I know that there were healing knights in that one. I know KOL had healing knights, but yeah, their healing abilities and their tanking abilities were a bit ridiculous. What are we talking damage-wise? Min's better than nothing. I think poison might be a bit more... Nah. And this guy's getting a turn soon. What about Paralytic Wave? Does not have AoE anymore. No, they're single target now. That right, because they were spamming it, so they can't be. Okay. Whatever, let's just do some damage. It's something... I think I'm probably going to start switching Woden down to some slightly lighter gear. Maybe have him... what's he running right now? He's running full heavy armor, so I'm probably just going to have switch out his armor for a vest, or actually maybe just swap out the gauntlets for a diadem or something. Give him a little bit of a better mix, as he's a bit slow. Oh, okay, I didn't turn on... I didn't turn on Paralysis Blade. That probably would have been useful. I was looking at that 36 points, like, I could probably be doing something with this, shouldn't I? Oh well. There we go. They're turned on. They have brought out their lightsabers. Well, he's been busy getting his eyes gouged out and being all tortured and stuff. And it's almost like Belzephon looks super shady all the time. Guy looks like a Western cartoon villain. Dang it. Please miss. Thank you. You really needed that miss. Oh man, you just got messed up. Mist Finer, that's an interesting name. Alright, now, do I nuke her is the question. Probably wouldn't hurt to start getting her health down. Probably keep L a little bit safer. One of the main reasons I put Slow Ward onto L, by the way, having her slowed down in the last fight really caused a problem, since she kind of fills an entire role by herself. Okay, immediately regretting doing that. Nice. Yeah, ever since getting a Spay to him, he's doing a lot more damage. Oh, also, by the way, I don't actually know if it was in the original game, but I just noticed in the other, what I'm just gonna call the big save there. I didn't realize Pelums were there. And again, I could be wrong. Actually, you know, there's a very easy way to check. Like I'm Vita sitting in front of me. And it probably wants to get some dust shaken off at some point. Oh man, that lag. That beautiful lag. Let's just stun one of you. There we go. I don't know if this will mess anything up. Let's get that task manager out and make sure that this thing's priority is up, because this thing should not be lagging so much. Alright. major heal over here. There we go. High priority. Why does it always want to be normal? Now, you can probably go and probably kill off this guy. You still can't. Why do I... Because accuracy scaling. That's why... Alright, just do that. You're gonna do more damage. Not that the 80 would have been enough to kill him off, but still. This is redundant. I probably shouldn't have even bothered to give her the blessing there. Oh well. So, I have to say, hilarious thing about double New Game Plus. It kind of seems like at some point the game stops being able to figure out who or what it should boost up to level 50. So I had this moment where Knights absolutely were not level 50, but the game just kind of decided, well, I guess they might as well be. So, what's his face? I'm just gonna call him Wheatgraph. I don't know why I can't remember his name. But, actually, after doing the neutral route, I can't even call him Douche Knight anymore. Completely forgot that he's actually kind of okay. But yeah, so he, do I want to do 82, or do I want to strengthen everybody? Nah, just do the 82. Oh yeah, so, what I was getting at, so... I had level 50 Fusiliers. I had, I think, 44 Rangers, 46 Dragoons. And, well, he was a Knight. All my Knights were 10. But, yeah, the game had no idea what the hell to do with all that, so it was like, screw it, level 50 Knights. So he's going along, hitting, like, friggin' 400s and whatever. It was just funny. I put almost the entirety of Chapter 1 to 2 just completely on AI, and just let him go nuts. But yeah, now you tell them to stop attacking him. Yeah, go finish him. And their healer has almost actually entered the building. Shouldn't be doing that anytime soon, though. What can you do? Not a whole lot in this case. Actually, you have... Yeah, you can't use Fern Bolus, so that's not gonna do you much good. Well, he's fine anyway. Actually, no, he's shackled, he's not bound. Well, that's annoying. Yeah, he's got stun, so I don't want him to do that. Alright, whatever, you just hang out over here. Wham! Now's the point where she's gonna end up attacking him after telling them not to attack him. Smack him with a rock. Now, as I understand it, scaling as far as augments and as far as weaknesses and all that, apparently the reason that I'm not seeing it is because, well, I was relying entirely on a flat bonus that was there before, instead of the actual scaling. So theoretically, once L's int is a bit higher, once all of that is a bit higher, they'll be able to do some good at that. Please miss one of these. Thank you. You did a good job. Nothing for him to do but wait. And Tonalto can actually probably heal from back here. That'll be a bit more effective. Yeah, go ahead and drop your blessing, and this should pretty much be the fight won, because there's not much they can do at this point. Taking the entirety of the left side with little to no issues. The right side is a little bit bogged down. They're just kind of stuck in that choke area. And just for the hell of it, go for it. Alright, you just drop a major heal. Got majorly lucky on L not getting taken out. Vice is getting friggin' wrecked left and right. That's just a pincushion at this point. There we go. That's the Ozma little quest line started. Not that it really matters. I won't be getting her this time around. Of course, there wouldn't be any shots from there. It was worth a shot, though. No pun intended. But yeah, I already have her and most of the other characters on the on that neutral file. And the funny part is, not even necessarily a funny part. The what's his name? Chamas. It'd be kind of cool to call him the Deathless Knight. If you look at his description, like his whole thing is, yeah, this guy keeps almost dying over and over, but nobody can kill him. But yeah, he is awesome as what was done with him. So he's got like a mix of human and lizard classes, which I think are just entirely the lizard classes. But yeah, he's also a Hawkman while doing so. Really, really, really good unit. Like, his stats aren't insane or anything, but just the unique classes and the fact that you can actually get lizard units in the story now. Really nice. Wham. Alright, lady. Eventually we're carving through you, so you might as well just give up. Ooh! He got slowed. There's a chance to test slow ward. Just need Voltaire to get a turn. I believe it's only immediate space, so he can't go for the kill and get a turn. But his turn's coming up anyway. Why don't you go and finish off this lady right here. Lady von Dedenstein. There we go. Is there really even a point to carving these guys down at this point? Just messing with the Chaos frame. Bam! Nice! I love that so much. Okay, there we go. Just a heal for the hell of it. Not like they can really do much. And they've got their one little party that's retreated so far that they can't do jack at this point. Like, oh crap guys, we should just bail. Our commander's about to die, our everything is getting completely wrecked. Let's maybe just leave. I don't believe I have it on you by any chance. Nah, let's look. Let's go for a heal. Not a whole lot else for her to do. Them knights with their reflective armor actually doing what armor does. I was almost considering to run up and try to recruit that guy. Oh, let's have you stay here. With your weird shadow clone. So has this guy actually heard about that whole thing where, oh, I don't know, they kind of torture people that don't listen to them? I mean, they're aware that the Dark Knights kind of run this crap, right? That's kind of the whole reason they're still around. The guy trying to save his neck by directly disobeying an order. Okay, you I'm just gonna hide back here, because your job's pretty much done. Definitely switching him back to sword and board after this. I will say he does survive a lot better than he does in the base game. A lot better. Like, giving him double swords as cool as it is, and in base game is basically tantamount to suicide. Like, he can't even take as few hits that he does, just because he takes this kind of damage with all of the nonsense that goes on in the base game. Oh well, dang, he'll just die now. That's fine. Or she'll die soon anyway. And this is the main reason that I like, you know, knights not being able to heal. Because it was just annoying. Like right now, I'm able to isolate them. Kinda keep the two parties there separate. You know, actually think about all that stuff. Go here. You do your fireball thing. Suppose I should probably make some use of that. And at some point, I was planning to get that vigorous attack ability for Bertrand over here. Seemed really useful in this version, especially with all of that attacking from the front stuff. Because you do end up, well, in situations where you want to attack from the front, but your accuracy is absolutely pissed from the front. Alright, there's no more escape for you. Actually, you probably have battering ram, or whatever the hell it's called. Do you? No, you don't, actually. Another thing I'm really liking is how much more, more squishy the Dark Knights are. Specifically Oz and Ozma. So they don't have their, friggin' super armor anymore. They're not immune to magic stuff, they're not just flat-out immune to damage at times. But the fights are more about isolating them and surrounding them instead of, you know, just getting them away from their soldiers instead of just, oh, okay, everybody else is dead, now they're gonna take 400 hits to die, kind of a situation. So she might take out L, but I wanted to get that extra damage off. If that happens, I'll probably end up relying on Haberem. Is Gildas gone? Yeah, he is. That's fine, he won't get a turn for a while. Oh, you can try. He's actually tanky now. You're very welcome to try. And no shots in slow-mo today. Now, there were a lot of specific codes that came out for Armored Core to get rid of weird visual effects that were causing the emulator to lag. Kind of makes me wonder if there are any that have come out for this. I highly doubt it, but just in case there are any emulator codes, any kind of emulator cheat codes that would allow, I don't know, allow the trajectory, whatever it is, effect that causes it to lag to function a little bit better, that'd be nice to have. But at any rate, yeah, that's fine. Well, I mean, Severin will end up surviving him, more than likely. I guess he got his wish. Can you silence this a-hole? Yes, you can. At least you have a very good chance of being able to. Ooh, you can silence him permanently. Nice. Gone. You just got deleted. Swordmasters with friggin' two-handers are awesome. I'm not seeing a whole lot of point to having them do the whole one-handed thing unless you're going for the old-fashioned kind of setup. Or actually, no. Not for the old-fashioned setup. Two-handers and, well, two-handers of both kinds are really just the best way to go for them. I was testing around with the single-handed weapons, and if you go pure offense on them, it's just, if you're using double attack or preempt or whatever else, the two don't really mesh together super well because you'll end up just knocking back with one of them. It seemed like just non-knockback, just hard offense was one option for them now. But then they're still kind of stuck in a thing where they're doing damage, but their preempt doesn't necessarily help them out that much. You end up using it. If you ended up missing it, the best way to use Swordmasters in either version. Okay, I should say one of the more optimal ways. Not necessarily the best. No, it should just be critical, not dead, right? Yeah, there we go. Or she'll just run away. Not that it really matters, like I said, I'm not really hiring her in this run. But, yeah, so one of the good ways of using them, because of their general squishiness, they would get targeted. You would just have knockback with preempt. Somebody would get close, they would hit them first, knock them away, and basically just get free hits on somebody with full damage instead of counters. It wasn't 100%, but they could be a pretty good evasion tank. They went to war with the Dark Knights accidentally. And yeah, I also kind of missed the nickname they gave him, Steel Song. I kind of completely missed that the neutrals, the route where that comes from. I guess they just kind of tell you that off screen. But his intro in neutral's way more awesome. That instead of like all the other ones, you're saving him, he's literally just taking on a fort by himself. You'd be welcome. There we go. I have a rim. So it's funny, his portrait got changed from the original to this one. In that, in the original he was meant to look like the guy that played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the original Star Wars. And then when they remade him, they made him look like, what's-his-face that, you know, played his much younger version. And in the remakes, not the remakes, the prequels. So it's just kind of a funny thing. The TV tropes for this thing is crazy. It's downright crazy. Alright, who has points at this point? No pun intended. You are learning a ward. Probably... Stun, I already have Innervate for, so I'd rather just take a turn and, you know, heal multiple people with that. Poison, it's a lot more harsh now because of how much longer it lasts. But I'm not terribly worried about it. I think I'll end up going for Charm or Slow on him down the road. I'll just save up for now. You. What can you learn? Stone Ward. Yeah, he's got Charm Ward on him just because he's usually going to be the most dangerous, so I don't want him getting charmed at any point. And I believe that gets rid of Bewitch too, right? Yeah. Bewitch is just stupidly strong, especially in Palace of the Dead. Alright, let's, I think that'll be it for this part. And yeah, see you in the next bit.